We are back! Yes! I yet live! EV. Insomnia. Bugles up for a couple legends. You know, I honestly almost messaged you, Evie, just to say thank you for Tuesday. It's incredible. Like, no surprise, but I freaking love it when you guys come through. And it's like, feels like such a life hack when I'm just plagiarizing a bunch of really creative veteran GMs. So, right here. It's a fist of solidarity. I got so excited Marley thought we were leaving. He's over here. It's not happening. You are so cute, my son. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Insomnia, I forgive you, bro. Look at me. Come here. You are forgiven. Well, it's Thursday, guys, which means it's the new day that I play D&D with my homebrew game. Although I'm judging by the vibrations happening in my pocket from my phone, it seems that we might have some cancellations. That's a great question, Root, and how are you? Good seeing you. I think this was actually meant to be Grover himself. You've seen Muppets Take Manhattan, but have you seen Muppets Take the Plane of Nine Hells? Because that is essentially the arc we are on right now. And yeah, it is. I'm not sure who made this. It's from Incarnate, I believe. You know what? It's always tough for me when I don't have the artist on the actual map. But I think they did a great job. I wanted something that was freaky. They came over here and investigated the exterior of it, and I described it as moving stone. Almost like watching a contained rock slide that occasionally would give way to a grotesque torso or a fragmented rib cage or the silent stretching and shrieking face of a trapped and tortured soul. So this is the Hells, bro. It's meant to be freaky. If there's any Muppet adjacent imagery, that's a bonus. All right? Yeah, Insomnia, go and sin no more. Go ye forward and sin no more. Well, guys, how we doing? I'm Carpe the DM. You know the spiel. I am going to be doing some DM prep today. I do just want to shout out the fact that on Sunday I'll be joining Insomnia over on his channel, play a little Call of Cthulhu. Extremely excited. Don't know what to expect other than some chaos. But I made my character last night and I realized that I'd kind of made a couple mistakes. So I need to go back through and kind of audit my own sheet. But I'm super pumped for that. Hope everyone can make it. And for those of you that, weren't here Tuesday or kind of wanted a brief catch up, I mean, this campaign that I'm prepping for tonight that I've been running for a couple years, it originally began with Dragon of Icespire Peak. It's then spiraled into a homebrew, largely based off of the players' backstories and, of course, choices. But one of the big through lines was this crime lord, Trent Puergraf, from the city of Waterdeep. And essentially thank you, Root. I have it right here, dude. I have it right here. I think we just go for it. Can't cancel me if I didn't make it, bro. For real, though. Right here. This is the energy I need. Okay, for real though, this is like the warriors entering the Hells. You know what I mean? Yeah, and agreed, Evie. I've never experienced that chaos myself, but I'm ready for it. So this crime boss, Puergraf, who, sort of talks like an old West Sicilian. He's kind of like, he's sort of like that uncle that you have that you never really know what he did, but he was always there for you. Powerfully, financially, a little bit of wisdom. But his hands were always dirty. And Trent, he came up from the gutter, dude. Classic kind of crime boss in that sense. I mean, like dealing with his own trauma and trickle-down effects of neglect. But he started a group called the Blind Jackals that is sort of a formless amoeba of power, influence, and crime. And, they had a couple agents that were, major or minor players with this party over the past, several years. But one through line they have known for quite some time is that Trent has been working with the Drow. And why? They're not really sure. To what degree seems extensive, like both have been supplying each other with resources, etc. But the Drow themselves have been threatened and almost like upended by the movement of the Plane of Nine Hells, by these demons literally rising from beneath. And, so now the situation is, the Hells are trying to do what they do, which is like, basically seek the ends and goals of power and status quo. But existing in the world and in the hands of this crime boss, Trent Puergraf, is a list of true names. A list containing some of the actual spoken names of the 9 princes of hell. Yeah, I appreciate that, Evie. I'm definitely going, well, first off, like, catch me on the street. And though I might be a warlock by birth, there's a lot of fighter. There's a couple classes of fighter in there. So Street Fighter, hell yeah, we rolling with that. I will say that anyone that's read The Wheel of Time, there's this group called the Aiel that I think are badass, but at one point they join Rand, the Dragon Reborn, and those that are faithful to him wear a corded red headband. So call me Dragonsworn today, beloved. I don't know how long I'm going to wear this, but I am enjoying it in this moment. So now the Hells are basically like, what the fuck is up? Who has this list? Who is calling us forward? Who is summoning the power of the Hells outside of this dimension? And to what purpose? Like, who are these mortals that are wielding influence over us? Obviously, it's concerning. It's not something that they would be supportive of or would be willing to let go unneglected. Like, they want to get this shit rooted out. In that way, the demons and the party actually have some overlap of mutual interest, which, as a DM, I'm always looking for, right? Genuine motivation. And oftentimes it's like, overlapping the motivation of some friendly or neutral NPCs with that of the party. But it's pretty rad when you do that with an evil-aligned group. The enemy of the enemy is my friend type thing, but take it even further because you are allowing them, or you are forcing them rather, into this moral quandary of working with someone that might not share your same, moral spreadsheet, shall we say. So, they made it to the Plane of Nine Hells last week. They got in there. They were confused as to what was going on. They found this area. They found the face of this Muppet, stripped of its life. And where these X's are areas where Sybriexes, these ancient kind of lore keepers, had been kept. And I think I'm actually going to put a Sybriex up, because I think this will help and be cool. I talked about Sybriexes a lot. Any D&D vet probably knows what it is, but cool. Why is there that gap missing out of it? That's very weird. All right, well, whatever. This is a Sybriex. It's essentially a huge brain, right? That is like bound together with hate and malice and literal chains. And these Sybriexes were absconded with. They were taken back. And what we're going to do today is essentially go through the sequencing that the party will deal with tonight, and then just add a little bit. So let me just recap what we did last week. This is like also for my awareness as well. Okay, cool. So, City of Brass. They are just outside, or they're in the city, but they haven't really entered it yet. They arrived in through this crack in the wall into a corner shop of this man, Baradamus, who essentially runs a shop where he sells curses. Like, curse you, you're cool, you're also cursed. Except he speaks as sort of like a gravelly fiend. He's always searching for the next bit of leverage. And, Baradamus, like most, lesser or minor demons, doesn't have a ton of influence. That drives him crazy. He's always looking for a way to leverage, gain the upper hand, gain power, gain status. And he doesn't know who the fuck these mortals are. So he's sort of in the process of trying to, how should I say it? Trying to almost, trick them into a bad deal would be an option, or simply mislead them to a way that could serve his own purposes. So that's kind of where he's at, what he's looking for. The opening, the city of brass itself, right? Surrounded by a literal curtain of brass. And the city is set within a hemisphere, like a literal globe of brass, which is what gives it this flying speed to move through the plane of nine hells. There is a constant sense of metal and sort of like singed minerality, the discordant cracking and popping of things compromised in heat. That in some areas harmonized with the haunting, unnerving music and distant screeching of trapped souls. Lovely. Welcome to the Hells. Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay in the Nine Hells. The streets and bridges move like clockwork, shout out Evie, clinking and clanking into and out of place. And I like the idea of like swirling bridges meeting gateways and enormous like unconnected arches that only sometimes, maybe twice a day, rotate to join and then move elsewhere. That's cool. The sea of fire burning in the distance offers a roaring heat that is not felt with the intensity of the visual it provides. The streets themselves seem to wind, and if your eyes follow too far, shifting into glittering mirages of distant brass. Okay, like that. Devils and imps and ravens fly and fall like clouds of dark vapors, occasionally smogging the skyline of flame. Okay. I mess with that. So, big goals. And I'm just going to jot this down for myself because I like to do this, especially whenever a session to me feels really open-ended, or if it feels to me like we've had a couple sessions where it's not super clear where our direction is headed, or if the party feels like it's kind of like, sort of moving from one foot to the other. I think it's helpful and sometimes requisite for us, the DM or the GM, to really have a clear intention. Maybe we don't ever communicate that in game directly, but knowing what I want out of the session will subconsciously and consciously drive my DMing that direction. Obviously, like, we don't want to railroad people. I'm not super concerned about that in the sense that, like, it could happen. Look, dude, I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day, so that could continue. But no, like, we trust ourselves, we do the prep, and then we let the session unfold. However, by setting some intention at the front end of it, it can help guide the action and the direction that we go. So for me, the big thing is explaining the state of the hells. Another is showing Trent and the Drow's impact. And then lastly, I think shed insight on Undertow. Oh fuck, I just lost it. Shed insight on the BBEG Undertow, how he came and went. Oh yes. On Morcanus and on Telkun. Does the name Telkun mean anything to any of you? I'm curious. Owls. Oh, dude, listen. You had me at owls. I fucks with owls. Late honk. Owls are also portents of doom and death in some cultures. You could have owls that seem to be formed of fire and brimstone that watch the PCs ominously, and they're somehow communicating, yes, their observation to the local boss, Demon Prince, for sure. So, what remains of this grouping of the 9 Princes of Hell? Obviously, they're not like hanging out all together or constantly having a quorum. Like, they're all fucking shit up, doing their thing, burning stuff, trapping souls, causing pain, stripping flesh from bones, devil shit. And now, due to the fact that the Drow and this crime boss, Trent, have access to this list of true names, It's like all hands on deck. You know, it'd be like if, you know, like you've got Bezos and Musk just, you know, giving each other hand jobs on the beach or whatever, while 98% of the world is like crumbling into, you know, economic insolvency. And it would be as if, like, I mean, maybe like an external threat, like a China or a Russia, or like aliens come down, whatever it would be. But something galvanizes, in this metaphor, Musk and Bezos in such a fashion that they need to react. They need to protect their assets, protect their power, their sphere of influence, right? And that's what's happening in the Hells. It's like, holy shit, the big dogs are being summoned to the material plane, are being impressed into servitude and violence against their will, which, you know, is less concerning when it's happening to a devil or a demon, right? It's sort of like, yeah, fuck you. But nonetheless, whenever it's villains that are calling forth and summoning demons in their name, that's like doubly concerning, right? So I want to show that. I want to show, you know, the state of the Nine Hells, this place where there is tension and this mounting, like burgeoning, almost breaking forward sense of threat coming from all directions. Yeah, I like the idea of some owls. Toss that in right here. Where are we? Oh, yes. Cool. Shibbity beep, 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 beep. Their faces ruined. And their beaks an ashen black. Each flap of their wings sets forward a spark, sets forth a shower of sparking flame. Cool. Love that. I like the idea of them just being tailed until they make it to the charcoal palace. Like these demons are like, what the fuck are you doing in the city of brass? Shit is not good here. We do not feel good. Things are problematic. Do you keep the spider thematics for the drow? Somewhat. There have been some spider attacks. And I have presented arachnomancers multiple times. I haven't really brought in like Lolth or Lolth, right? And it has been established, but the drow have more been doing their thing with magic and sheer numbers, right? Symbols of broken webs. Interesting. Or were they otherwise themed because you used a different boss? Right. I hadn't even got to the Lolth. Yeah, I more just didn't really like dive into them that fully. In this representation, they're definitely, you know, for intents and purposes, that traditional sense of drow. So yeah, strong spider through line, the majority of them serving Lolth. Or is it only women that serve Lolth in drow culture? Need to double check that. Regardless, the situation that is in front of these demons is one of confusion, of spiraling loss of power, and increasingly of a need to, you know, circle the wagons to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. So let's see what else we have here. Okay. Mirrors of brass, many four-way intersections, an enormous brass mirror stretches across the space. Shout out Evie. Reflected murkily are different planes, watery and definite, infinite and astral. And you see, too, the city of Silvery Moon and a battalion of drow encircling it. Cool. I love this. Intelligent save or take 3D psychic damage. There's a kiosk selling mage hands, but they're literally the hands of mages. I love it. Of it magically imbued. And some of it so twisted by the hells it can slowly corrupt a person's alignment. I feel like this is a very kind of, oops, did the wrong thing. A little bit controversial. You maybe get different takes from different DMs. No, that's way too much. But I do like the idea of threatening a character's alignment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, you are now an evil character, Paladin. It would really only be temporary. It would be something that could be, fixed with a greater restoration. But it just challenges the role play. And I think it also really leans into the mechanic. It just leans into the mechanic presented by alignment in D&D. So that for me is something cool. Like, that for me is something that makes sense and, I think is how it needs to go. Let me just see something real quick. Excuse me. Let me double check my stats. Okay, cool. Great. I have the worst audition ever after this. It is so crazy. Spiders that are in hell for a prolonged time have their webs affected, so they dish out more fire damage because the threads are turning into lava goo. I don't mind that. I like that. Additionally, to add a sense of tension, there could be ways to sense the recent residents in the mortal plane, like being one who was summoned as something to create suspicion. Ah, I love that. So we're about to dive into that, Evie. I like that. I think I have that worked in as a scene, the idea of what remains of this group of 9, more or less being like, what the fuck? I think the party comes in. I think they might immediately try to subjugate them, which might lead to some warring. And if combat is the way that we go, or the way that I want to present it, which right now feels right, it will be interrupted by one of these princes of hell. I'm getting this off. One of these princes of hell essentially being summoned forth, right? And being called onto the material, and it being like, holy shit, he's apparating. And I wanted to describe it in that moment as showing the shadowy image of Twin Prairgraph, sort of finishing this list of names, his enormous neck and chest quivering as black shadows wrap around him before the Minotaur is gone, or the demon is gone, in whatever case. So I like that. I like the idea of that creating suspicion. And yeah, I like that. I mean, if you want good aligned characters to do evil acts in hell, make them roll a will save. Yes, DC increases the longer they stay in hell. Totally. And I think that is legitimately a second edition mechanic route. And I love that, dude. It's a great suggestion. I think I will probably... I was going to have them potentially be affected whenever they come in front of these 9 princes. The idea of being like, holy shit, who are these guys? Like, what's going on? So cool. All right, let's get to the Charcoal Palace. Let's get to what these demons are doing. Cool. Cursed swords, haunted armor, pit fiends and hellish overlords, bartering with ogres and fire giants, moon slavers. You see dozens and dozens of shackled drow. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Eternal Flame Pavilion. Got it. Mosque of the Irreducible. Cool. Charcoal Palace, 9 princes. The Afriti Sultan Marake al-Sedan al-Harik bin Lazan. Fuck yeah. The Sunken One. Yes, dude, I love all this. Cool. See, and I have some of this right here, Root. The effects of hell, right? Charisma saving throw, or nails begin to rot, memory begins to twist. Con saving throw, DC 13, or suffer a point of exhaustion from the stress and heat. The 9 princes, led by the Afridi Sultan Marake. Titania. I need to learn a little bit more about Afridi. Let's go in. I'm not afraid of Afridi. But I got to get to know what's up. And that's really for anybody. Like, if there's something where you're not sure what the deal is, just dive in, dude. Just read about it. Here we go. Forgotten Realms is where I'm going. Cool. So these guys are bad. We're a type of genie, native to the elemental plane of fire. I did not know that. Okay. This is fucking badass. Humanoid in appearance. Very tall. Generally reaching heights of 12 feet. Massively solid. Weighing over 2,000 pounds. Red or black skin that were always burning. Wow. Their bodies were supposedly composed of basalt, bronze, and solidified fire. Come again? Come again? Solidified fire. I'm pretty sure solidified fire in California is just marijuana. Pretty sure it's just cannabis, but interesting. Perhaps different in the plane of Nine Hells. Jin hated them, and there were numerous battles between the two genie races. Okay, very cool. Cool. Great. So let's get some Afridi imagery. Maybe get a couple options. You know what? No. We will get some Afridi in a second here. Let's first scan this real quick to get a feel for what's going on. So Trent has 2 Dreadlords of the Nine Hells in his command. He's close, Undertow out of the way, good faith of the Drow. He will destabilize the north, reap the riches, and turn his power against King Adelphin. Got it. One day hope to repopulate the surface with drags loyal to Drow. Cool. Right. Okay, so the Sibriacs, got it. This is so good. Everything is coming together so well. And that's why I feel a lot of pressure to really like show the party, hey, you guys have this piece and this piece and this piece, and they all fit together. You guys know that, right? But you don't know exactly how. So give me the piece, give me that. Okay. Does it make sense? It doesn't. Okay. Well, time to start the campaign over. Reltirion, we'll figure that out. I mean, that's already established. Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Okay, great. So again, I just want to make sure Undertow, Blood of the Old Ones. Right. Cool. I'm just going to go ahead and put some of this down right here. Because this is stuff I need to like just remember. So Bala is unseating Shantea in the astral plane. Has revealed herself to the Ice Shields. Given and received power through the transaction. Okay, sick. I'm really with this. And again, this for me, like what you're seeing right here, at the very top, it's a little bit cut off, but it says next sesh TBD. And that's just because I am wanting to make sure. Let me see if this helps. This might fuck it up. Did that help? Not really. Okay, hold up. But I'm doing that just because I want to know and make sure I keep close to my planning and my heart, etc. Excuse me, guys. I know. Okay, this is weird. I hate doing adjustments like on stream, but I hate it even more when you can't see the whole Google Doc. So bear with me, beloved. Bear with me as we move towards Operation Flush. Cool. We've done it. Splendid. Okay, so again, I just want to make sure that I keep some of this stuff with the War of the Gods, like the causality of why things are happening, close. Because if it comes up in session or whenever I'm planning right now, I want to make sure I have it. It's just great to have it right here. And as I'm sure we've all experienced, like writing something down just internalizes it. So makes it a little bit easier, you know? Ah, I do use OBS. If so, you can edit in studio mode. Oh shit, I see studio mode. Interesting. Evie, look at you. You're such a legend. Ah! Oh my god. Whoa. I just hit studio mode. Okay, I'll fuck around with that later. That's cool. Thank you for that. That's so dope. Evie, you're such a G. Ifriti actually grants unlimited wishes, but it always monkey's paw. Got it. Yeah, this minor devil is going to try to monkey paw them. Ah, yes. Rude, I love how much you knew about this. Apologies for being late to that. Cool. Yeah, the monkey paw is something I hate as a player. I hate it. I hate it whenever like my good faith or intention or actions are used against me. Now, if that was always the plan and on the table and I missed it, cool, that's on me. But if it just got added to like fuck me over, then that always makes me feel a little bit like gutted. Interesting. Okay. I love this studio mode. Like, I just can't believe I didn't know about that. Very cool. But what I was going to say, Root, is that like the monkey pawing, I think definitely is expected from a devil. So in that situation, I don't feel bad as the DM at all. Like, you just made a deal with a devil? The fuck you think was going to happen? Come on. D&D used it as different djinn terms. Yes. I think djinn were used as earth. Got it. Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea, Evie. If the players are being particularly obtuse, you could use some version of the visions of brass mirrors to show them pieces they may have missed or that would connect things. I love it. So good. That's really badass. Okay. I love that. So let's do the damn thing. Bala, unseating Shantea, has revealed herself to the Ice Shields. Her temple has risen up in the city of brass unexpectedly. Interesting. Okay, that's enough for me right now. So then let's get back up, right? So they'll come in, they'll be dealing with Baradamus, they'll be introduced to the city of brass and this sort of rotating bridges and the heat and the owls and the ravens and all this chaos. There'll be effects of being there. There will be, there will be opportunities to barter, to make moves, to, do whatever they want to do, really. But eventually they're going to make it to the Charcoal Palace and deal with these 9 princes of hell. Let's just go ahead and put down a couple names. I used to do this where if I had a council of however many people, I would jam out every single one of them. And we could scroll to the top of this PDF and I could show you many examples of that. And in literally every single example, I have never used the full body of NPCs. Now, that's no reason to stop you, but, the more, maybe it's just the older I get, but like the more I DM, the more interested I am in economizing my own workflow. Like, I love this process so much of prepping, certainly of running the games. It's incredibly joyful. But at the same time, like, I've got a wife, I've got a life, I've got a career, I've got auditions and work and whatever. And just like we all do, like, we just want to make that time valuable. So with that in mind, I'm only going to make 4 of these outside of Merake. So Afridi, what are some Afridi names? I think it's like just like these crazy Ses Mara Lashadon. Ses Mara Lashadon. Lashadai. Sesmara Lashadai. Okay, yeah, I fuck with that. Oh, you guys never heard of that one? Yeah, it's a traditional Texan name. Sesmara Lashadai. Which traditionally is met with, God bless you. Yo, Insomnia, back up, dude. Back up. I got a life and a wife and some little creative strife. Texan, I love it. Speaking life, you guys know the assigned gender? By that we mean the concept of gender constructs. Escape from LA. Hey man, you can leave Texas behind, but it's coming for you, Evie. I don't think I knew that. I don't think I knew. Like, were you born there or did you spend time there? What's the deal? Okay. Afridi. I want it to just be weird as shit. I want to be a combo Earth Fire Elemental. I know that's not a thing, but what do we have here? God damn! Look at these badass motherfuckers. These are some cool ass peeps. Damn. Okay. This is so on brand for me to Google something like this. Combination Earth and Fire Elemental. It's like, sir, the police are on their way. You are officially too uncool to be allowed to continue. Oh, fuck yeah, baby. Somebody's got what I wanted. This is insane. God damn, I fuck with this. This is very cool. Okay, I like it. I like it. I'm grateful for it. Yeah, I mean, dude, Insomnia, I'm just tired of like having my browsing history weaponized against me, you know? It's so great. Insomnia, I'm dying. Wow. Lore drop! Yo, I love it when Evie comes through and drops some IRL lore. It's the shit I'm talking about. Yo, get in here, man. Appreciate the resubscribe. For real, for real. You're extremely sweet. Honestly, like any sub for me is just like mind-boggling. But dude, thank you so much for that. I'm realizing because I'm in Restream, I don't have as much immediate access. Like everything is sort of in a different spot now, right? As opposed to using Twitch and OBS, and now I'm just using, you know, Restream, right? So, Sage, that was you beautiful boy. I couldn't see who that was, man. Appreciate you, Sage. Bugles up. How are you living? How are we feeling? Yo, are you feeling 100%? Right? Oh no, you got auto-modded? Hold up. Wait a minute. If I'm in Restream, I don't know how to allow that. Fuck. Yo, dude. OnlyFans, I have a separate computer for that, and it's just for your stuff, Insomnia. Okay, let me catch up on chat. I love this. Not anymore. Fuck Texas and not in the fun way. Okay. That sounds like there's still some passion there, Evie. Sounds like it might be in the fun way. For your kids, we won't know if your kid will be cis, trans till way later. Yeah, I guess factually correct. Statistically, I feel pretty confident. But, Evie, this is great. I was born in Cali, but spent a lot of years in Texas unwillingly. Okay, well, let's call it what it is. Spending any time somewhere unwillingly typically sucks. So I hate that. It sounds like you were in, like, West Texas or the Panhandle. But East Texas also kind of sucks. You know, it's basically just Houston or the Hill Country, right? Okay, where'd you spend most of the time? Hey, that's what it has to be. Sage, what did we miss? You'd have to open Twitch. Don't you dare ask me to get mods. Dallas, okay, well, Dallas sucks. Yeah, Dallas is a pretty awful and godless place. Sage, how dare you? That's very funny. The star on the flag, turns out it was a review. You know what? I don't know who allowed Evie to go and review the state of Texas, but I don't know your experience. Except I do know that the city of Dallas sucks. So, I feel you, and I'm glad you got out. It's funny that you're like, I got out, and I made it to the green fields of Baltimore. You know what I mean? The fact that the Dallas to Baltimore switch was a breath of fresh air says everything we need to know about Dallas. Correct? Fun fact, the Texas flag is the only flag in the United States, like in the Union, that can fly at the same height as the American flag. Not a big deal. Not a big deal unless you're into that kind of thing. But it's because Texas entered the Union of its own accord. Like it negotiated its entrance after being a republic for about 12 years. And man, we fucking love that in Texas. Like we just hold on to that. Obviously, I just said it. But it's floated and just thrown in people's faces constantly. Now, that wasn't me slinging it in your face. I offered it up to you gently. All I'm hearing is hairspray. Yeah, that's one of the 6 flags for sure. Definitely. Can I do all 6 flags that flew over Texas? I think I can. Spain, France, Republic of Texas. Oh, shit. Spain, France, Republic of Texas, United States, Confederacy. Fuck me. No, I know this. Spain, France, U.S. Duh. Republic, yes. Confederacy, yes. I mean, no, but yes. Damn it. What am I forgetting, y'all? Republic of Texas. United States. Dang it. I'm pretty sure it was Mexico. Of course. Ay. How did I forget that? Okay, let's save this badass thing and give some shout out to my boy. Oh, do I have to buy this? Bro, this is very cool. So this is my guy Yasin Stoylov. Yo, shout out to Yasin. Yasin, I appreciate this artwork, my boy. Hold up. Where do you go now? Oh, fuck yeah. It has Yasin in there. Great. Earth, fire, elemental. Now, the only thing that gets me with these is sometimes they can be hard to turn into a token. But regardless, it's beautiful. A Fire Guard Destroyer. Y'all, are we familiar with these motherfuckers? Like, yo, look at this guy. Look at my guy. He's like made out of a switchback mountain. He's rocking the classic gin handcuffs. And my boy's looking swole. That's a beefy diet, you know? It's cool as fuck. Get molded but not fucked. That is so funny. Okay, no. Get modded. Right. Well, fuck was added a long time ago. So what's going on? Where's it? I got you. Bastard is in. Let's see if we can find sages. Nope, don't have it. Sage, whatever you said was so filthy that the auto mod didn't even give me the option. All right? So take a hard look in the mirror, my friend. Take a hard look. I don't know what it was, but it was so incredibly inappropriate. It was so inappropriate that the auto mod didn't even give me the option. That's filthy, right? This is badass. I'm going to call this guy a Hearthfire Elemental. And I know this music is intense, guys. I am just finding some new stuff. Okay, let's get a classic gin, right? Whoa. I've never seen this before in my life. Michelle Giorgio. So, like, I don't understand. Does he not want me to use that? How cool is this? I love that they have that tech where they're like, hey, man, this is my art. And I did not, I did not give DnD resources the freedom to use that. Okay, fair enough. I will go elsewhere. Seeking free resources from Sergio Saliero. Sergio, this guy's got some weirdness going on and I like it. Sergio the Fire Genie, cool. I really like how the ArtStation immediately puts the artist's name in the name of the download file. That to me is how it should be. Oh my gosh, Zella5812. Zella5812, get this, my babe. Wait, what? Filth? How did Filth get held? Damn. But babe, they came and picked up the recycling today. It's ridiculous. Sage, enjoy your stream, buddy. I love you. I will raid you after this. I promise. Yeah, I might need a mod. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, it was Mexican. Okay, great. So, yeah, there's a reason to not be... There's just a reason to not be supporting the Six Flags of Texas. I get that. I understand. I understand. Okay, so these guys are all pretty badass. We only got a couple more I need for this Council of 9. I really want to use like this classic Afridi. Wait, but I need a female one. I saw a cool one right here. Yep. Great. Okay, so let me get these images and then we'll dive into what's actually happening here in the Charcoal Palace. I'm going to make this like the main dude. I forgot this guy's name though. Marake? Yes. Marake. Dude, that guy has a face only a mother could love. Great. Okay, so you were gone. Hello, my dove. Female Afriti. Cool. Great. Okay, we have everything we need. I love it. So let me just look real quick now at the maps of hell. Now look, a lot of people will do this differently. Like some people make their own maps pretty much every single time. I play in a game that's a Strahd campaign that I love. It's with Brian, who's been on my stream a bunch of times. Incredible dude, incredible DM. But Brian will draw pretty much all of his maps. Like everything he needs for a map, he's going to draw. I don't have, like my artistry lies elsewhere. You know what I mean? My artistry lies in vocal work, karaoke, and trimming mustaches. That's really about it. But because of that, I, of course, have to like find maps. A lot of times I'm using other people's maps. I have made my own 3 or 4 times. But for the most part, I'm looking, like there's enough out there that I'm going to look for it and tailor it. And I mention that because, you know, DMs are going to do that differently. I've played in tables where there is no map. It's all theater of the mind. And what I like about this way that I do it is it gives me the flexibility to find a map that I like, that looks cool as fuck, but then to also add a little bit of, you know, texture or information to my own lore or session, depending on like what details exist in the map. This looks cool as fuck. What is this, my boy? Interesting. Interesting. Maybe this is where they walk to and approach the Afridi. This is rowdy. Yes? Correct? Volcano Sacrifice? It's badass. Volcano Sacrifice was the name of the punk band I was a part of in high school. One sacrifice too many, unfortunately. Oh, fuck yeah. Shout out to Crosshead on Patreon. Thank you for the map. Okay, so Throne Room. Palace of Charcoal. Cool. Now I'll just go ahead and like make sure I add it in. I use Owlbear and, you know, I like to separate stuff. This was a different campaign, Lucidon. That was the New Moon. But like the main maps of the different cities and places they've kind of gone and come back from, I keep in one tab. And then this sort of hellish, astral, or hell shit, I put elsewhere. Cool. So I'm trying to think. I have a couple that I really like in terms of maps. Yeah, cool. So I just want to load it. I just want to make sure they have it. You know. Oh, my bad. Shit, I ain't mad. I'm just button clicking. I didn't get it right. Now I'm pipe fitting. I'm not team switching. I'm staying on one. I'm banging mics like I bang my drum. I don't bang no guns. I'm rolling unarmed. Casting spells. Moving charms. Okay, did not mean to drop that beat, but I'm glad I did. I'm not going to apologize for it. Insomnia, my boy. Who stole my music? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll put in the Afridi and whatnot later. Earthfile Elemental. Hearthguard. Hearthguard the Ancient. These are, I love making names. Sesmerallah Shaddai? Come on. If that doesn't roll off the tongue. Sesmerallah Shaddai? Afridi, female Afridi. Say. Ghana. Well, I don't. Okay. Ganessa. Cool. Okay, great. So, intelligence saving throw or have your charisma reduced by 6 points. Yo, shout out to Root. That's kind of what I was thinking originally, is something like this instead of a full-on alignment switch. So they're going to talk about the swelling of Scaravon, the rising of the Temple of Bala as well. The demon princes are mostly towering and immense, but live in fear as they can be summoned forth unwillingly at a moment's notice. In fact, once or twice a demon, bloody curses ripping from its forked tongue, is called to the surface against its will. Yes. Seen during these summons. Yeah, fuck yeah, cool. I love this. A prince that is summoned away falls under immediate suspicion. Why and who being unclear. Okay, cool. I'm loving this, guys. And Evie, that's kind of what you were talking about, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Check your DMs. Let's go. Insomnia, appreciate that. Hey, Scaravon's big, dude. The swelling, I love that. Yo, dude, Scaravon has been on a weight gain routine that is working. Oh. Man. Dang, that sucks. My wife just sent me a... It's so tough, dude. She's in the final, 2-3 weeks, right? And she's such a trooper. It's been incredible. It's just been very humbling and intense, right, to watch her bring this child to term. And man, it's yeah, it just makes me feel so bad. There's a lot I can do, and there's a lot that I do, but when someone you care about, when they're not feeling well, right, or it's not even a sickness thing, they're just carrying around a couple bowling balls and just dealing with it. It's just hard. It's hard to feel like you are being helpful. But the best thing I can do, babe, is to continue preparing for this D&D session. I know that's what you want. So here I go. Okay, a prince that is summoned away falls under immediate suspicion. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, give me just 2 seconds. Yeah, I know you know Insomnia. Give me literally 90 seconds. I got to refill this. I'll be right back. Okay, we back. Oh, that is not it. Where am I? I love you guys. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I also dropped my standing desk down to sit, which I don't usually do, but sometimes I'll be in the middle of a stream. I'm like, bro, sit down. My legs hurt. So the fucking sitch here in the charcoal, right? The list of true names has destabilized these princes, haltered this encroachment upward. Yeah. But their own heels were driven by the yawning growth of the old gods, a resurrection impossible and unexpected. For the plain of nine hells is where the gods too are sent to die, in the rare case that they are cast from the heavens. Such was the ancient case with Scaravan and Bala, aided by the storm god Thalos. The ruined temples of Bala and Scaravan have pushed upward, returning to the former height and glory. But why? How? At what cost? When something dies in the hells, it doesn't come back. But these two gods have. The sacrifice to do so must have been great. Cool. As these princes seek answers and autonomy, they themselves feel trapped between the gods and the drow, wary of the deceiver Morcanus, who has stolen the Sybriaxes and the secrets they hold. Using the Sybriaxes as an enormous leverage and source of power, of knowledge, Morcanus seeks the sorcerer Telkun. Cool. I'm loving all this. A stone tower belonging to the sorcerer Telkun disappeared from the city about 2 years ago. Great. Okay. I'm liking this. Yes, Vogel. Let's go. We working and we lurking. Did you look at what I sent you? No, I didn't. Is it like a now thing? Is it an immediate now thing? Vogel, how we living? Bugle's up. This is me putting on a crown for you, girl. We working and we lurking over here. That's so funny to me. How you doing? What's going down? We've almost made it to the weekend. What have you missed, you ask? Oh, just me raging on the hells. Oh, fuck. Insomnia is cool, bro. Interesting. Very cool. Insomnia just sent me some badass maps, bro. This is badass. Now, let me see if I can put this here so we can all see it. Yep, I did it. This is badass. So, cheers. Let's just go ahead and harass. Just go ahead and harass everybody real quick. Do a quick round of harass the guests, right? Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want just a classic round of harass the guest? Valgo, you rock. Appreciate you coming through. Is it possible for me to use the video version of the map in Owlbear? I don't think there is. Dude, Vogel, I'm going to be on Insomnia's stream on Sunday. Everybody, hang on to your butt. It's going down. Vogel's like, do not quit talking to me. I gotta leave. Oh my gosh, Evie bless. Like, fighting through fatigue at work is such an endurance sport. Like, they need to add that to the Olympics. It's just people trying to get work done from 3:30 to 5:30. You know what I mean? They got there at 8. They slept like shit because they were binging The Crown. They had barbecue for lunch, and now somehow they need to finish this spreadsheet between the hours of 3:30 and 5:30. Look, that's my fucking life. Late honk. That is my life. Not really, but it could be. Yeah, man. I think the lesson learned here is we got to say fuck it to work, and we got to say yes to the lurk. If you shirking while you working, then you best be lurking. All right? for the people in the back, if you shirking while you working, then you best be lurking. Okay? That's all I have to say. That is the entirety of this TED Talk. Write that down. Insomnia, jot that shit down, dude. I already said it twice, bro. Jot it down. Oh, bless you. It's admittedly mostly because work itself is dull. Okay, good. God bless. If we are getting the sleep and we're still tired, then it's either diet or, in my case, sometimes I'm like, I need to get off my fucking phone. Like my serotonin is depleted. Incredible. Okay, well, let's try that right now, huh? Insomnia with the deep hook. Bro, it's a moving image. Wait a minute. Oh, I got it. This is badass, my boy. This is badass. Okay, so that's a great map of the Hells. Let's see if we can find a cool map of the City of Brass. This is all just the coolest maps in the fucking world. Let's just find one of the City of Brass that we like. We kind of held off here last time, and then we'll write an intro, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, like this is kind of what I'm dealing with a little bit here. This, to me, is not at all the City of Brass. It's not even fucking close. Like, no offense to Frog God Games. Some offense, a small amount, nothing personal. I respect both frogs and gods. And games. Insomnia, are you kidding me? What do you have, my boy? What I'm looking for is a map of City of Brass. And then something that would be like a cavernous connection potentially between the Underdark and the Hells. Those are sort of the big TBDs. I mean, if you have a map of the City of Brass, kick me that shit. Okay, this is the vibe I'm going for. But all the airships look kind of weird to me. A lot of these have airships. This, to me, is the City of fucking Brass. This right here. Yeah. Excellent. This is it. Welcome to the City of Brass. Minus the numbers. I guess you guys can't see that. Okay, cool. We in. Add this to the gods. I'll come back and I'll add tokens and mess with tokens a little bit later. Okay, cool. Damn, these are badass. Insomnia. Okay, cool. Sweet. I've paid over thousands of dollars. Wow. For maps and animations for Foundry. Golly, God bless you, Insomnia. That is such a deep resource to have. I love that. You're like, trust me, dude, it's been done. Oh! I did it again. Every time I use the number pad, I cue a badass song sequence, but I always forget. It's one of the first beats I ever made a song to. It's like, we be ballin', coming down with the Twankies crawling. Very bad song. But I did make it. It was made. Okay, City of Brass, cool. Now, we're about to kind of round out what's going on in the Hells, right? I feel like we've hit a lot of the key stuff. Explaining the state of the Nine Hells, yes. We're going to do that with the summoning. We're going to show the City of Brass, etc. Showed Trent and the Drow's impact, 100%. We'll see the Drow surrounding Neverwinter in areas of the north, and we'll show Trent being responsible for one of the summonings. That should be very clear. Shed insight into Undertow, Morcanis, and Telkun. Yeah, so there's room for that. Room to clarify that a little bit. What was it I wanted to double check? Oh, yeah. But before we go back and clarify, and part of shedding insight and clarifying, for me at least, is just going back and reading, elements from this document. This is Dragon of Icespire Peak, second and third act. You can't quite see it. It's like just off the top of the Google document. But it, for me, is separate from my big, like 300-page in-game document. This second one is only probably 10 pages. Yeah, 10, 11 pages. And it just covers the overarching plot points and background channels that have been going on for years, right? It helped me to separate them because then I have one that's like micro and one that's macro. Do whatever you want, whatever suits you. But for me, the advantage is being able to search within here. So I can just search Telkun and be like, where can I find it? So Telkun is only mentioned there. I'm very surprised by that. Wow. Really? Does this get anywhere? Oh, because some don't have the H. Got it. Okay, cool. So let's read about where else Telkun has come up. Great. Cool. Oh, this is so good. Telkun Adranthar lurks within, a fiendish half-human sorcerer. He wishes to seek revenge upon his father, a greater demon, and prove his superiority in one slow stroke. Yes, this is all from Silver March's 3rd edition adventure book, and it's badass. It's a little like standalone adventure with Telkun in this tower, and I found it very enchanting, and more or less worked that lore and character as a pretty big factor in my campaign. But it has this thing called the Stasis Sphere. And let me just bring this up because it's actually pretty badass. It basically can trap. Here we go. Great. Yeah, this is 3rd edition. This is badass. When touched by its owner and commanded, one nearby creature can be placed in temporal stasis. The sphere is a greenish and glowing sphere made of crystal, about 8 feet in diameter and weighing about 1,000 pounds. Inside the sphere, there was an extra-dimensional space in which as many as 50 creatures could be confined. With the second command, a creature could be freed. It was used by Telkun Adranthar in Telkun's tower for his creepy experiments. Let's go. But, I mean, dude, who knows what's in there? Who knows? Who knows how old the things in there are, right? Can you imagine a sorcerer that's half drow and half fiend that has access to a stasis sphere? What better revenge on a demon than imprisoning them, eh? So anyway, he's coming. He's lurking. Great. Okay, so Telkun's mother was the crone within the Tower of Blood. Got it. I don't know if you ever watched the 4-shot I did with Sierra, with Matt Trammell. It was about a year and a half ago. It was a 4-shot, and it was a kind of off-camera, but existing in the same world as my main Thursday night, Tuesday night homebrew game. And it began with this drow kind of spy deep within the city of Minzo Baranzan, and approaching this Tower of Blood, this like ancient forgotten kind of tower that recently seemed to be inhabited again. And within it was a crone doing some blood summoning, and yeah, bro, I mean, basically that was the first exposure to Telkun. But this is not me like, jerking myself, but it really goes to show how far in advance some of this has been laid and seeded. Because if you go and watch that thing from damn near 2 years ago, you will see a ton of what is now coming to bear right now in the Nine Hells with Telkun, with the drow, etc. And that's only possible for me if I have a document like this. Not just one for the actual gameplay, but a second document that is bigger strokes, more big picture kind of lore stuff, right? Crunchyroll. I don't have Crunchyroll. Is that like a dice rolling bot? I'll tell you what. You do the crunches, and I'll make the rolls. How about that? How about that, Root? No, but for real, what's a Crunchyroll? Let me know. Tuckun's mother was there. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. The stasis sphere is powered by energy directly. Oh my God, I love it. So I'm just going to take all of this. Because this for me is like perfect and I need all of it. And cool. This is great. Fucking adore this. So Andren the Demon Prince. Okay, great. So that means I need to work Andren into this group. This to me is just like a, you know, kind of just a big thing to note. Cool. Great. It's a little too bright for me. I'm going to lighten it up. So we'll add Andren to the list here. What's another fiendish creature? Right? What's another fiendish creature that's huge? I always think of pit fiends. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just using this on my phone because I have so many tabs up and I just don't want to mess with it. Okay, a Balor is probably what we should go with, huh? Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Root, you ever messed with a Balor? I'm hoping these things are like terrifying and enormous. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's about right. This is very fucking cool. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Cool. What's this guy's name? Sorry. Andral, right? Andran. Andran. Okay, great. Just make sure I get this. Skibbity beep. Cool. Okay, I'm fucking loving it. You can call me Johnny McDonald's because I'm loving it. You know what I mean? You have? Real fun. Nice whips. Fuck yeah. Oh, Insomnia, you're the man. Anime streaming service. Interesting. Root, why do you ask? I've never heard of it. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, cool. Hang on, is this gonna mess me up? Cool. Okay, great. So I don't know how well that's gonna work, actually. We'll see. Okay, great. New anime series is releasing. Wanted to know if you were watching it. You know, I'm not on Crunchyroll. I was watching Demon Slayer and was really enjoying it. And then I got booted off my brother-in-law's Netflix account. Not his fault. Not his fault. And so I just need to reach back out to him and be like, hey, man, can I get back on the Netflix? Or I could just be a big boy and pay for it. But we ain't that big of a boy. Hell no. So, Andran. Great. Andran and Marake are in fierce disagreement with Marake. By insinuating that Andran is in league with his son, Tokun. Okay, great. Shed insights into Undertow, Morcanis. So Morcanis is just doing his own thing. Morcanis is kind of just like an X Factor that's just out there stunning. To have ensnared the power of the Moon Druids and seeks leverage and knowledge for some unknown end. And see, this is fine for me. Like, let's talk about this. There's not every single time is every thread in a campaign going to be neatly tied up in a bow. I mean, a great example of this is Critical Role Season 2, right? And like, I loved it. Season 2 was awesome. But I love how it reached a point where I don't know what it looked like, if it was Matt, if it was production, if it was the whole team, but basically being like, hey, this is going to be the final arc. Not everything's going to get covered. Not everything's going to get resolved, but we feel like it's in a good place. And I'm seeing that writing on the wall a little bit here with my own stuff, where I'm like, dang, this, like, they might not get there. You know, I don't know if I want to run this campaign another year and a half. Like, not that I'm enjoying it immensely. I more just mean like, you know, I mean, should a campaign go on for more than 5 years? I don't know. But there's a power in, as an author, as a storyteller, as an audience, not fully knowing the motivation of something or someone. Now, if that something or someone is the main villain or like a huge antagonist, then you should know it, because that's going to drive their action, their behavior, justify their dialogue, a lot of things, right? So you want to know if it's a major player. But if it's a fringe, peripheral impact, fiend, villain, foreign leader, long forgotten god, you don't always need to have that completely blocked out. It's enough to be like, they thirst for more power, their temple was desecrated, and now they're seeking vengeance. Or this wizard is not willing to be fooled again and dedicates his life to amassing all knowledge to be known on the material plane. Whatever. Oh, amazing. Crunchyroll is fun times. Cool. I appreciate that, Root. Heck yeah, dude. You might have Demon Slayer on there, huh? Thank you, buddy. Bugles up. Right now I'm using Restream, right? And please let me know if there are any, production issues, because I stopped using Restream because I was just having a lot of dropped frames and, just weird kind of like interruptions to the stream. But the main reason I'm wanting to do this is because I really want to stream on YouTube more. Like, the majority of the content that I'm making that I'm really excited about is taking place on YouTube. So I wanted to be able to stream there too, to be like, yo, this is what's up, this is what I'm doing. Okay, great. So we have Telkun there, ensnared the power. This is great. Undertow, Morcanis, and Telkun. Hang on, there was something that I was missing. Undertow comes. Morcanis. Okay, now, well, here's what we do. So now we go and we just check Morcanis, right? Nothing, really. Really. Interesting. Okay, Morcanis did not make it into those notes. Very well. Let's just see what's up with Undertow. Yeah, Undertow out of the way for Trent. Undertow was using the Sybriuxes much like the Interesting to me. I wonder if Morcanis and Undertow had a deal. They were aware of each other. But sort of like whenever two villains have an arrangement and one of them dies, The one that's still alive is not going to feel bad about filling that vacuum of power. They're going to do so like that. You know, that's just sort of how it goes. That's sort of how these reactions happen. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, great. So this is helpful to me to just see what's up. Roturian and Undertow. The wing gesture noticed they found a Pavo in use. A new statue spawned from the astral plane. A smooth-faced dwarf. A reverse truce of the wild. Components. Wood. Tuning fork, right? Anyone else have a wireless Apple mouse that is constantly getting derailed by bits of hair, or is that just me? Nothing is more susceptible to ruin than a wireless mic. I mean, a wireless mouse. Is Restream better for YouTube than OBS? Well, I'm basically putting my OBS through Restream. So I'm still using Restream to broadcast. It's just that instead of it being connected to Twitch directly, I am connecting my OBS to Restream, and Restream is tied into both my Twitch and YouTube account, right? I did say Apple. I'm so sorry. Apologies. Hey man, agreed. I got this for editing purposes. It's a hell of a computer. But man, I'm so ready for a PC. I actually picked Roots Brain on this a little bit, and I picked Don Ninners as well. They gave me some great suggestions. It's more just me kind of waiting for the right time to pull the trigger, right? An Undertow would... would perhaps... would somehow further the prophecy of the dragon, but instead weakened. Interesting. I like this. Made a play and it failed, but he doesn't regret it, as this sequencing set in motion the events that led him to Valna. Cool. Okay, awesome. I'm loving this. Great. Ice Shield, when the Uthgards went to the Greenfell, the Ice Shields revealed themselves. Got it. Undertow was pressuring them. Got it. Undertow demanded the blood of the old ones. Yes, this is what he was doing with the Ice Shields. He was looking for the components he needed, namely the Scales of Dragons. Here we go. Undertow needed components, especially dragons. These holy statues capable of, he deduced the most direct route would be dragon eggs and wormlings. He went back to the cold blocks. Undertow snatched to the west. Got it. This is great. Yeah, so Undertow is this villain, right? This time-traveling wizard. He's all over the place. You know, there's some ease when you're building a campaign around a villain that is a level 20 wizard, right? Like, they're capable of magic that's kind of untouchable. And there can be a lot of kind of hand-waving where you're like, he time travels. But yeah, like it's also critical because, like, mechanically, who could potentially... Yo, Gervonch, my boy! Let's go, baby boy. Get in here, dude. Through my heart to yours, Prince. How we living? I love waking up to notifications that you're streaming in, for me, what is the dead of night. But one of these days at 3 a.m., I'm going to hop on there, dude. When you least expect it, Gervonch. Much love, man. Hope you're doing great. Hope you are thriving today. Yeah, Rude, I appreciate that, man. It was good. It's hard. I'm a big, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it guy. Might need to update the build since it's been 2-ish years Yeah, totally. I mean, I've been looking at a lot of options, but I don't know. I'm not right now ready to pull the trigger. So, Gervanch, love hearing that, dude. What you been working on, man? What's going on? What is going on? We're doing a little D&D prep here. We're near the end. Man, shit's just crazy. Yes, War of the Ancients. Undertow also got eggs to give to Trent, to give to the Drow. That was part of his leverage. Sewer, got it. Been repurposed. Yep, got it. Thalos guided Errol to Owen Undertow. Forgot about that. Undertow needed the final push, the power of the divine by which to pursue his mad quest to harness the magic of the Bushayen, and perhaps save his family. Okay, cool. We dope as fuck. We gooch. Guys, I'm loving this. Okay, so now we need to do the intro, huh? Cool. Preamble 139. 139 sessions of one campaign. That's crazy. Gervanch, we played one session. This is going to be my 139th in this current campaign. Crazy. Yeah, about 2.5, Root. It's about right. Been working on my architecture thesis lately. How about you? How's it becoming a young and handsome dad? Hey, you know what? I'll take it. Bro, we're pumped. We are excited. I'm kind of on pins and needles, you know. It's literally any week, any day, any moment now. Yeah, I mean, my wife is like 37 weeks, man. So it's going down. The ultimate dungeon master crawl is, of course, becoming a father. All right. But that's why I've been stepping on D4s my whole life, is just training to just be tripping on Legos and cranking my feet into corners and boxes. But we're pumped, man. I mean, you know, I booked some stuff to end the year, and was also fortunate to have some commercials renewed. And I'm feeling really in the zone, you know? Now, I'm sure this baby is going to come and a bomb is going to go off. And so everything will be completely upended. But right now I feel really, really in the moment and present and grateful and motivated, man. Like I've been doing a ton of writing, been sending some really tough emails where I'm like, hey, I'm your guy. You should produce my movie. You should publish my book. And as any creative knows, those type of emails, those type of messages are some of the hardest. Because you're like, oh my gosh, my identity is my art. Ooh, I'm vulnerable. Ooh, here we go. And fuck yeah, Root. Come on, dude. I'll put a goldstone Joom on it. We are not going to be tablet parents. There's going to be super limited screens until probably like 4. And I know everybody says that, but we're going to be really doing that. Yo, Viking! My boy, bugles up, dude. Appreciate it, man. Guys, if you don't know Viking, yeah, I guess not like a super long follower, but has come through, has sort of reinvigorated his love for D&D. He's now running a campaign for 2 of his kids, right? Very cool. Yeah, man, I'm pumped. I mean, you, Insomnia. I've got 2 of my brothers have kids, right? So I'm really able to pick their brains. But I went back to Texas in the beginning of the month of the year, really just to spend time with my parents, but also to just go and literally ask pretty much everyone that I was meeting with that had kids what the fuck was about to happen. Because stuff like labor, delivery, I mean, just, OB and triage kind of flow. No one ever tells you any of that shit. Like, you do not know. And then all of a sudden it's on and you're in the middle of it and like you're doing it live. So we've been trying to prep as much as possible and kind of mentally get in that space as well as we can. So, okay, Viking, cool. Glad I got that right. Man, I can't wait for your kid to hit 5 so you can make bedtime D&D. Oh, dude, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. I have a D&D children's book that is phenomenal. And a buddy of mine just gave me this box of minis that is really sweet, but I don't really use minis that much. But in my head, I'm just going to keep it because, once they get past the choking hazard stage, it could be cool to just, play a little bit. So, we will. Root, it's interesting because, oh my God, you sent me lava fire stuff? Insomnia, you were hooking me up, baby boy. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, you did, bro. This is incredible. Look at some of this stuff. I'm just going to open it. Look at some of this. Look how rad that is. This is maybe what the Temple of Bala or Scaravan looks like. This is very cool. But no, man, it's interesting you say that, Root, because C-sections have a fair amount of, I guess, stigma is the word I'm looking for. It's hard to describe. A woman going into labor, I mean, obviously, I'm not about to mansplain labor. I'm about to regurgitate what I was taught during this birthing class, okay? Evie, you rock. Evie's like, I'm out. Okay, we're turning to this. You ain't my source. I'm just kidding. Evie, I love you. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you so much, truly. Crush the meeting. Wish me luck tonight. I will keep y'all updated next week when we do prep again. But what I learned in this birthing class is that C-sections are really change the chemical release of what's happening in the mom in a way that can drastically affect postpartum. And the other side of that is that for thousands and thousands of years, as women have just kind of been rock stars and just been birthing, bringing life into the planet. It's just crazy. That foundation of maybe, 1,000 years ago, a woman's pregnant, the older women in the village, the doula, the midwife or whatever, I mean, they're in contact. And then on the day, the men get booted out for the most part. And the women are in there just doing their thing, being like, hey, this is what you got to do. Move your body. Come here. Let's do that. Let's do that. And it was largely anecdotal. And, of course, there was obviously tons of downsides in the sense that we didn't have, anesthesia or modern medicine or the comforts, afforded by technology. But the point I'm getting to is that the modern delivery, again, regurgitating from my birth class doula, right? That's all I'm doing, has shifted massively from that sort of communal sense of trust your body, let it do its thing, to labor starts, your body's doing its thing, and then you hop in the car and drive to a hospital where all of a sudden it's not your home, there's a lot of fluorescent lights, there's a lot of stuff going on. So an enormous focus for us has just been getting the vibes right. All right? Get the vibes right. But all that to say, Root, we might have a C-section. Who fucking knows, My big thing in life, and certainly with this birth, is an enormous root of discomfort, root of all beers, an enormous source of discomfort and pain in my life is typically grasping for something or having an expectation of how things should be. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be optimistic or have goals or have ideal scenarios. It's just that we need to hold them loosely, man. Loosely, especially something as, unknowable and still even in 2024 as magical and mysterious as birth. So I'm just going to have my wife's back. We have I have a list of to-dos. It's actually right here. Well, I'm not going to get it, but, I'm supposed to come in, communicate with the OB, communicate with the charge nurse, bring the stuff, do the other stuff, and hopefully create an environment where Alex can just chill. You know what I mean? I mean, as much as anyone can chill through the ripping contractions of labor. Okay, that is my TED Talk on mansplaining birth. There you go. To take care of the mama and help her make feel the best she can. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly right. Happy wife, happy life. Dude, let's go. Insomnia. Fuck yeah, baby. Bugles up. Viking, that means a ton to me, man. Truly. I can already tell you'll be a great father. Just encourage them to dream. Yes. As a father, I failed at that, hitting that time clock every day just to make ends meet. It really hindered my relationship with my kids. I feel that. My kids saw how I deteriorated over the years, pushing all my dreams to the wayside. Dang. My life recently made a 360 the past month. Heck yeah. That's so funny. This is more just because like I do this all the time. I think what we're going for here is either a 520 or a 540 or a 180. I think is what we're looking here for. Either a 540 or a 180. Dude, that's badass, Viking. The past month, and now that I'm chasing my dreams, my kids see that and they are noticing. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Viking, let's go, man. Fucking love hearing that, dude. Like, let's go, man. It's not easy to make those leaps, like, period. But getting to a place where you're like, hey, I have one go at this. Like, this is my life. This present moment is a gift. Like, we better be pouring some passion into it. We better be pouring some priority into it. And obviously, like, living under the yoke of late-stage capitalism does necessitate collecting a couple bongo chongos. But fuck, man, if we turn our back on, like, the true, you know, pulsing heartbeat of desire and passion, then life starts to leave us. So I feel that. Yo! Cam, my boy. Dude, my wife is 37 weeks pregnant. By the way, CPOX, if you guys didn't know CPOX, dude is a legend. Incredible actor. Nicer guy than me by virtue of him being Canadian. Shout out. And a fabulous, fabulous streamer. Yeah, dude, 37 freaking weeks, bro. Let's see what my boy CPOX's been up to. What you been doing, dude? Where you been? Fuck. Bro, that is a vibe, dude. I'll tell you what, my wife's already pregnant, but you guys watch out because that was a spicy clip. Yeah, exactly. Insomnia. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's going down. It's going down. I mean, any day now. My wife is at work today and then has a half day tomorrow and then is off until the bomb drops, you know? It's hard being a parent, though. It reminds me of the movie Hook, when Peter gets caught up in life, but always remembers his happy thoughts as a kid. Totally, right? Hook hits so different as an adult. And actually, oddly, one of the last commercials I booked, the director, we follow each other on Instagram, and he's a super rad dude. But he saw us announcing the pregnancy and reached out. I love how I'm talking about my kid with like the city of brass behind me. We'll get back to the hells in a moment. But he and I messaged, and he was like, dude, congrats. Like, you're going to love it. It's going to be crazy, blah, blah, blah. And he said two things that I loved and have really, really held on to. And one was the fact that you got to bump away. Everyone, when they finds out you're a parent and they're a parent, they're like, good luck never sleeping again. You better get your rest now because you're never going to sleep ever again. And everyone has all this like doomsday kind of shit. And I hate that. And he was like, hey, when people hit you with that, flip it on them and ask them, what is your favorite part? What was an unexpected joy of parenthood? And that stance has just removed any of like the anxiety and replaced it with excitement. And it also has given me some stuff that I didn't even think about that now I'm pumped to be a part of, right? But the second thing this dude said was that you get to experience your favorite childhood things again, as if they're new. And just bringing up the movie Hook makes me think of that, right? Like my kid's gonna be watching Hook and I'm just gonna be like, fuck, Robin Williams. Oh my God. Okay. I love you guys. Yes, everyone practice Papa Carpe so it rolls off the tongue. Yo, baby is imminent. Cam, for real. Like brace for baby impact. The bomb has been launched. It is approaching the structure. I don't know how to do this, man. I don't know if I need a new Stream Element plugin. Every time I shout out someone, it is a very old clip. But I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like it. I kind of prefer it. Shut the fuck up! Cam, dude! Let's go! Let's go! Dude, congrats, man. How fun that I'm just, that's amazing, man. 19 weeks, you're cruising. You're about halfway there. Oh, man, I truly appreciate that, guys. We generally have a blast here, and they love D&D. Insomnia, that's so funny. You know what? See, Cam, I got to get you on for Between Two DMs, dude. I need to interview you for Between Two DMs. That is going to go down. Yeah, Insomnia, whenever I interviewed you and your kids kept coming back and forth, that made me crack up so fucking much. I couldn't believe it. Yes, my go bag is right behind me beneath the keys. Appreciate that. Yo, Papa 2024, dude. Get the tank tops out. Get them printed. Get them shipped and get them on my chest. Yeah, bro, all you need to do is show up and remind me of what a gem you are. Yeah, you're right. Gervanch, how would the crew feel about that? This is 100% true. Well, I meditate pretty much every morning, which is not a brag. It's like the only like hack I have in my life to feel centered and full of, you know, that and cold showers. But I was meditating this morning, man. And I knew I was going to stream, and there was some other kind of creative stuff I wanted to do. And I was really focused on creating genuinely and creating from a spirit of joy. And, you know, as is often the case when meditating, my thoughts are going like a mile a minute. I mean, I thought about how I had half a hoagie in the refrigerator. I got really excited. And then I got hungry. And then I remembered I was meditating. I got back on task. But one of the streams of thoughts that was kind of flowing down the river of the mind, as it were, was how much fun I had doing that cake one shot with Gervanch and the crew, straight up. And I had that thought. I was like, man, would you guys want to do it again? Because I know we said yes. Oh, okay. Dude, let's go. Vogel, I agree. Like, that was so fun. I mean, between Phoenix and Rayshawn and Insomnia, you know the pain of having a hoagie close, but not having it right here touching your lips. It's the worst, right? Okay. Let's take this up a notch. Cam and Gervanch. It's happening. It's 100% there. All it's going to come down to is coordinating schedules and then seeing how much my schedule changes whenever this baby bomb explodes. But I'm not worried about it. It's going to be great. So, back to the final move, which is the preamble. Pretty much everybody on this stream has either played D&D with me or plays D&D on their own or some sort of tabletop. I'm always interested in hearing from other DMs how they prep, one, but how they kind of like to drop into a session. I recently ran my first paid GMing game, and it was like 2.5 weeks ago, and it was Call of Cthulhu, and it was absolutely incredible. I mean, I hadn't run a Cthulhu game in what felt like forever, and I'd never run a paid game, and I'd also never run a game for complete strangers, you know? And we're messaging, and I'm getting super excited. I'm also like, is this a con? Like, are they going to steal my kidneys? Am I going to show up and it's going to be like half my high school that's like, ha ha, you know what I mean? I just didn't know what to expect. But I roll over there. It's also in Echo Park. And man, these guys and girls were so rad. House was incredible, like craftsmen. The setup was insane. Huge wooden table, these troughs, a bunch of candles. I mean, the vibe was, and what really hit me, the reason I bring it up, is that I had not written a preamble. And it's because I was doing a Cthulhu like one shot, and I felt really good about the beats and I felt really good about what was happening. But whenever I reflected on the session, which was incredibly successful, they gave me a great review. We're already planning another session. Like, it was great. But whenever I reflected on it, and whenever I talked with the main point of contact, he agreed that the only real bump was getting into the session. And especially with new players or people that are not super familiar with the system, easing that process, making that transition as smooth as possible is just going to get you going faster, get everybody invested and bought in quicker, and just avoids any of that kind of front end herky-jerky kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, that's okay. Copy that. On the notepad, baby. You were down. Papa Carpe's daddy workout routine would be rolling a bunch of Tide to determine rep sets. I did recently join a gym again, so Papa Carpe is going to be jacked. It's going down. The forecast is unfortunately under some renovation. Dang, man. Well, sending you guys love. Hopefully it's just like a brief blip and some positive growth and you guys are back because I love what y'all do. My first ever DM session, I planned for days, planned for every possible decision and outcome, put so much effort into it, then immediately went off the rails. Yeah, and had to improvise most of the session. So now I simply plan goals and set up maps and stuff, and then improvise them little bits. Dude, amen, Cam. Amen, brother. Like, we were talking about at the beginning, the majority of what I prepped for this session, oh, that's the previous one, for this session right here, is just like introducing the City of Brass, establishing the shops that are there, like the people, the buildings, what they want. No longer am I like doing all these action sequences or necessarily building out tons of dialogue because, dude, you never know. And I do think that you can reuse a lot of stuff, but something that you really need and something that is, if you don't have it, it kills momentum, are maps. If you have to take time to be like, oh, give me a second. Oh, hold up. Like, it just takes all the steam because something's happening, you're building, they do it, persuasion check, you fail, roll initiative. And then it's like, okay, actually give me 7 to 8 minutes while I find this map, you know? Yo, Skaney, get in here. What's up, Ledge? First time chat? Come on. Bugles up. Come on, right here. Digital hug. Get in here. Appreciate you coming through. Oh man, I missed the hydrate, but I will do it. My first time creating a homebrew world and try not to dive too far, but far enough to give info when asked. Totally. Man, setting up a homebrew world can be easier and harder. Again, just in my interpretation, but the ability, yo, Foos, how dare you? All right, we'll end the session with a karaoke. Foos, I love you so much. Oh my gosh, using that emote of yourself is perfect. Oh, Foos, I love you. Shout out to Foos, incredible DM in person. But I really like that point. I really like the point raised by Skaney there. And am I pronouncing that right? Skaney X? But for me, whenever I'm building a homebrew world, I want to establish like the map, the world. Yes, Don Denario.
Makes sense. Just where I'm at.
So this is the campaign they've been running
good?
since 3rd edition.
Look at his
Look at Foos in the panda.
You look a little blue, brother.
Oh my gosh. But Foos is a player in that campaign. Her brother is Ninners, the DM/GM. It started as 3rd edition, man. They were playing it literally about 15, 20 years ago, and then picked it back up again to complete the campaign now with 5th edition rules live on Twitch. And they're coming to the end of that campaign. So do yourself a favor, drop them a follow. It is an epic, epic tale. Yeah, man, you know we only shout out old clips. Ask CPOX about it. Like Shanty without the T. Oh, love it. Shanny. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you so much for giving it to me phonetically, Shanny. Okay, great. Well, I'm so glad that you found us, man. You're in the right spot. I mean, we pretty much do D&D content exclusively, some Call of Cthulhu. I have been playing the original Baldur's Gate, and I also voiced a character in Red Dead Redemption 2, and have been running Operation Hogtie, trying to find my in-game character to hogtie them and commit war atrocities against their avatar corpse. So far, unsuccessful. But I'm about 65 of the way through the game. And look, hope springs eternal. I am going to find myself, and I am going to commit war crimes. Trust and belief. Trust and belief. I kickstarted a bunch of stuff years ago that just arrived. Minis, grids, etc. I'm excited to run an in-person one day. Yeah, man, totally. I play in person, and so, like, you know, the minis and the maps, like, I love it. But then again, I don't have to build it or set it up. I paint my mini and that's it. So DMs and GMs that are doing that are very impressive to me. Also impressive are people like Insomnia that run a virtual tabletop, but do so like a Avatar level production. You know, I mean, Foundry, moving maps, dynamic lighting, all that stuff is rad. I've been lurking. God bless you. Okay, it is time. It is time. My place is chaos. God bless. Okay, so we need to do the preamble, and we'll just put it like this: you bitches be in hell, and then I'll sort out the rest of that, because I need to be somewhere by 1:30, and I will be damned. I will be damned if I do not give Foos her karaoke. So originally I used to take karaoke requests, but you guys had some weird ones going, and I don't always know the songs y'all request. So occasionally I will just jot down, oh my God, I know the one. Okay. Okay, I have the one. Here it is. This is so good. I don't know how I come across these ones. Oh shit. Am I still streaming? Okay, great. Yo, Last Rock. Yes, dude. I have played so much Baldur's Gate, and I'm in the 6th act now. When I DM, it's a white grid, a red marker, fire, obviously, a blue marker, water, obviously, and a black marker for everything else. Respect, dude. Respect. Your people are lucky to have you. Rock, how we living, man? Weekend plans? What's going on? The Tuesday night game I normally play, we're playing tonight. Had a great prep session. Really enjoyed it. Foos just redeemed. Insomnia and CPOX were breaking me off some knowledge. And then Shaney came in and really pumped up the energy, which I appreciate. Okay, so... Okay, you guys are not ready for this. You guys are not ready. With no further ado, let me just go ahead and drop the game because I don't want to blow out the mic like last time. Now, guys, look. I've never sang this song before. I'm doing this because I love you. This is not about perfection. It's about having fun and execution. All right, so let's establish that. Let's establish that first. Now, look, I understand it's a black screen behind me. Foos, bless you. Oh my gosh, Foos, I got you. All right, here we go. That's so funny. Hold up. Where is it? Hang on, I got you. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, you know the one. You know the one. I just don't know how the sound's going to be. I can't hear it at all. Is that too loud? No, it's good. Paya la bamba. Paya bailar la bamba. Si necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia para la tía. Arriba, arriba. Y arriba, arriba. Por ti seré. Por ti seré. Por ti seré. Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero. Soy capitán. Soy capitán. Soy capitán. La bamba. La bamba. La bamba. Da. Vaya la bamba. Vaya la bamba. Se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia para la tía. Arriba, arriba. Oh, ha, 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 arriba. Okay, I don't know what's next. I'm terrified. Bear with me. Vaya la bamba. Vaya la bamba. Se necesita una poca de gracia. It's fast. Una poca de gracia para la tía. Arriba, arriba. Y arriba, arriba. Por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. La bamba. La la bamba. La la bamba. Baya la la bamba. Baya la la bamba. Baya la bamba. Te necesita una poca de gracia. Yes. Flawless. Flawless. No mistakes. No notes. Just perfect. Nothing I would change. I was never flat or sharp ever at all. That was completely Broadway perfect. Oh shit. Guys, join me in space as we conclude. Oh man, I love you guys. I love you guys. Foos, I love you. Sing that when the baby arrives for show. Oh yeah. You guys are the best, man. Did I ever tell you I met Lou Diamond Phillips, who played the movie as the main character? No way. Get out of here. Let's go. You guys are such legends and so sweet to me. Foos, I love you. Seriously, thank you for redeeming it. Give those clients hell. Or don't. I don't know the professional setting or situation, so trust your instincts, but I love it. I love kicking it with you. CPOX, for real, dude. So glad you've been streaming more lately. I've been lurking a couple times, and just am glad I popped in and said, hey, you rock. Thank you for coming through. You have made it to the notepad, bro, so you know what happens next. Insomnia, you're my boy. I adore you. Can't wait to play on Sunday. It's going to be rad. Gervanch, we're going to get you guys back on. I don't know when. I do know why, because it was rad. Shani, yeah, that's it. Shani, appreciate you coming through, checking us out. I don't know. You know what? Whatever. If you didn't follow, I hope you find us again. And if you did follow, thank you. I don't have that information immediately in front of me, but I appreciate you coming through. This is a place designed for D&D and tabletop, hopefully made to just empower DMs and GMs to run great games, to share tricks and tips, to grow, gain traction, etc. So appreciate you being a part of that. Yes, no, CPOX, you got me, dude. I'm there. Who did I forget? Root of all beers, of course. Love you, dude. Thank you. Also for giving me this headband. Come on. I'm ready for Mortal Kombat 8. Last Rock. You demand. I might be streaming Baldur's Gate tomorrow. I don't know. But I appreciate you coming through and giving me a ton of advice. You rock. I love that. It's a white grid and a black marker. Okay, who did I forget? I don't think I did. Gervant, who did I forget? Oh, Evie was here to begin with. Evie, you rock. I adore you. So many great ideas. Oh my gosh. Vogel, of course. Coming in as I was giving my TED talk on birthing. Thank you for sticking with that. I know that was painful. Oh my gosh, Viking of Rose. All the dads out there. CPOX, that's you, bro. That's us. Appreciate y'all. The support, the encouragement, the excitement. Viking, I'm very glad to hear that you were out there doing your thing, man. Pursuing your passion is something that we will rarely regret. So I'm glad that that switch is making its way to your world. Okay, I think that is it. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I love you. I mean it. I would never do that on purpose. Oh, Zella5812, you cute girl. And you pregnant as hell. Okay, guys, you rock. We normally end these D&D streams by rating another channel that is doing Dungeons & Dragons. We are going to do that now. Dude, I know. Can I do that? Insomnia, can I change it? Anyway, we'll come across that when the time is right. Those of you that I hollered at, you will be joining me at some point, all right? I will be putting you on stage. We will be playing D&D together. Those that came through, thank you. I'm going to pop over and we're going to raid Red Sage, who is doing some D&D prep of his own. Sage is an absolute hero. If you are not following him, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's incredible, very, very talented, super creative, background as an actor as well. He's rad. So let's go over there, show him some love. I might stream tomorrow. It's 50-50. I will definitely be back Monday, Tuesday. But in the meantime, as always, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I love you. Carpe out. I'm gone. I'm deuces, bro. Don't look for me. I have left.